Has the school suggested a placement change for your child in special education? Are you unsure why they suggested that? And what that will mean for your child? Most staff at Pacer Center have children with IEPs like you, so we get it. This is part 2 of the video about placement change. In part 1, we define placement, least restrictive environment, and the main factors that go into a placement decision. In this video, we'll define placement settings and what might cause a change in placement. The amount of time your child spends in a special education setting and away from the general education classroom equates to their placement setting. General education is sometimes called general ed or gen ed. A higher percentage of the school day spent in a special education setting means a higher placement level. A higher placement level is considered a more restrictive setting. Watch part 1 of this video for an explanation of least restrictive environment, LRE. There are 8 special education placement settings defined by federal law. The most common ones are 1 to 4. Setting 1 means the student receives special education services away from the general education classroom for 1% to 20% of their school day. That might look like curriculum modifications and support in the general education room, then a pull-out for specialized reading instruction. Setting 2 means the student receives special ed services, typically in a special education resource room, for 21% to 60% of the school day. That might look like attending morning meeting in the general education room, working in a resource room on academics, then attending daily music or gym with general ed students. Setting 3 means the student spends 61% or more of their school day in a special education setting away from the general education room. And setting 4 means the student receives services in a totally separate facility off the school campus for more than 50% of their school day. Your child's placement is typically reviewed during their annual IEP meeting. So, as your child's needs change, their special education services may change, and their placement may also change. If they require more services, their placement setting may increase. If they require less services, their placement setting may decrease. In general, placement should only change because the type and frequency of services your child needs to make progress in their education has changed. Placement is written in your child's IEP. So, just like all other items in your child's IEP, you have a right to disagree with the placement decision. But you would need to disagree in writing by using a prior written notice form provided by the school. If you have questions about a proposed placement change in your child's IEP or your role or rights as a parent, contact Pacer Center. You can reach us online or call us and ask for a callback from a parent advocate. You can read more about placement settings in Pacer's article, Least Restrictive Environment: What Parents Need to Know. Go to pacer.org and type in LRE in the search box. Then click Search. Let's review. The more time a student spends in a special education setting, the higher the placement setting. A higher placement setting is considered more restrictive. That is because your child has fewer education hours with non-disabled students. If your child's needs change, their special education services and/or their placement may change. You have a right to disagree with a placement change. Advocate with confidence. You can do this. Visit our website, pacer.org,